What's going on, y'all? We back with another video, man. Hope y'all having a great day. Today I want to get into 3 ways you can recreate Brent Faiyaz's signature sound, right? So that's what we're getting into today. I got this little chord progression drawn up. We're just gonna get into three, kind of general basic ways of how to recreate Brent Faiyaz's signature sound. So first thing I kind of want to get into is sound selection. Of course, he's R&B, so you kind of want to go with the pads, the keys. You kind of want to stick to those two mainly, um, pads and keys. Now this is not a hard rule. Of course, this is not a hard rule. So don't take anything I say like this is the only way to do it. This is just like a basic guide, right, of his sound up to this point. Of course, there's other instruments involved in this beat, so don't take everything so literal, right? So, but for the most part, you want to stick with the keys, pads, things like that, right? To kind of create that R&B sound, that vibe, right? So, you can also throw plucks in there, right? So plucks are different things like that. So I just got this pad. I like one of my favorite, uh, I guess you could say VSTs to use keys and pads in is the CS80V from Arturia V collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this chord progression, let you guys hear it. It's a little simple chord progression. Start from the beginning. So just simple, right? Go ahead and drag these down. Give it a little bottom end. Like I say, you could also go keys. Like I could maybe clone this and either layer it with another pad or maybe some keys. We'll see what it sounds like. So that doesn't sound too bad, right? So we'll leave that like that. It sounds pretty good. It gives it a different texture, right? So yeah, it's gonna be sound selection. And when it comes, I mean, also, if you have like a good R&B kit that you can go to, R&B sounds, whether it's 40 drums or, you kind of want to get some R&B drums. I guess for the most part, stay away from the trap drums. So let's see. I could go with a tom. That kind of gives it more of the Drake feel to me. But let's see. I'm leaving one of these kits. I have a so yeah, like even this perk, this is a good sounding perk, right? You can use that as a snare. So let's go ahead and add that in. So you just want to be selective with your sound selection. Synth bass, you can use synth bass. I recommend using a lot of real sounds as well, flutes, different things like that, guitars, anything that can give you that R&B feel. A lot of flutes, guitars, different, ear candy sounds, You guys already know things that the ladies want to hear, different sounds like that. So right here we'll just go synth bass. Let me see, maybe this one. And I'm just gonna copy the pattern down here. Yeah, I like the way this one sounds. I maybe take out some of that high end. Don't be afraid to EQ and manipulate these sounds, right? go ahead and save this just in case. Save it as Brent, right? Just in case FL decides to crash on me. Let's go ahead and clone that. Let's see. So I know we have a flute in here. Let's see. See if we can find a nice little catchy melody or something, right? Just something simple. Everything to be real subtle. Maybe even some RC20. So something like that. So that's kind of how you wanna do with the sound selection. Also, which kind of brings me to my second point, which is like minimal sounds. You don't want to add so many sounds in a Brent Faiyaz beat. A lot of times, especially R&B, you guys like hearing Party Next Door, Bryson Tiller, they use a lot of their voice, especially Party Next Door and Brent Faiyaz. They use a lot of their voice for the beats. So they might just come in, fill in, do harmonies. So you just want to give them like a clean, easy palette to draw, for, lack of a better term, or if you want to say sing, you want to give them an easy palette. So keep the sounds minimal, even with the drums. You don't want to do too much with the drums. Space is everything when it comes to R&B. selection, man. Sound selection. You want to use flute, guitars, plucks, everything. Make it real subtle, nice, ear candy. The next thing you want to do is make sure. Oh, even when it comes to with the sound selection, bass, synth bass, or real bass, use a lot of real instruments, real sounds. I feel like works best when it comes to his sound. The next thing would be minimal sounds, man. You don't want to use too many sounds in your beat. A lot of his beats only have a few instruments and then just the drums, right? So leave a lot of open space. So minimal sounds and space. That's another key. Next thing, man, is tempo. Of course, R&B in general, especially his sound, maybe in the 80 range. 80. I don't want to just stick to one specific number, right? Because it could be anything. You could go even higher if you're gonna produce, in like halftime, but that's like a whole different thing. So I'll maybe cover that in another video. But you want to slow down the sound, man. A lot of his songs are very slow. Kind of make those ballad type songs. So you don't want to go, you don't want your BPM to be, 160 and it sounded like a Metro Boomin beat, right? So, or a Southside beat. So you want to make sure you slow it down. You got 100, 90 in the 90s, 80s, something like that. Play around with it. See, depends on each beat is different. So just play around with it, see what sounds good, but you want to have it, nice and slow, right? Like Usher said, right? So just play around with it, see what tempo sounds good, slow it down enough for somebody to sing to it, and go from there. Maybe add some reverb on this part. Reverb also, man. Reverb is like a secret key when it comes to R&B. Could be used to manipulate sounds, make everything sound subtle. It just gives everything a different feel. People use it on drums. You can use it on the melodies, different things like that, right? So definitely use reverb to your advantage. Don't use too much of it. Find that sweet spot. Incorporate that with your R&B beats, and you should be good. So. But yeah, man, those are 3 tips I have for you guys, man. So sound selection, use a lot of live instruments, a lot of pads, keys, R&B drums, of course, perks. Get creative with the snares. As far as using, sometimes you can replace it for a perk or a tom or a snap. Like give it that R&B feel. With the drums, use space. A lot of minimal sounds. Only 2, 3, 4 sounds, space them out. Don't have them so overbearing, right? Leave a lot of space. And tempo, man, keep the tempo slow. Make sure it's a nice tempo for an R&B beat, and you should be good, man. Let me know if you like this video. Hit that like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me. New content dropping every day. I will see y'all in the next video, man. Signing out.